All right, I'm Aaron Johnson. You're listening to OpenAir, new music from Colorado Public Radio. We have a special performance in the CPR Performance Studios today from Anthony Ruptak and the Midnight Friends. Anthony, you were here in 2011 with your 2012 release of the record C'est la vie, and welcome back. It's nice to have you.
Thanks, man. It's nice to be back.
When you were here in 2011, you had a record coming out in January, and that's the case a couple years later. You have a new record coming out. What is that called?
The new record is called Between the Hangman and the Halo.
Excellent.
And it's going to be a little bit more rock and roll than the last one, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Excellent. Well, I see you've got your full band in here, and I'd like to hear some of that rock and roll. And we'll talk more about that show release, which is coming up on January 31st. But right now, let's go ahead and start out with a song.
Okay, this first song is called Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Trying to keep awake, I think I need a little darkness. Cussing out the strangers in my bed, shaking the blood back to my dead wrists. Swear I've been living up to standards, caught up in the devious scandal of common logic. Unlike all them glorious ghosts who sleep so soundly in red letter pages. My brain with cyclical shames and quiet. I'm down on a river of velvet. I've gotten good at just speaking the names and forgetting the love that I used to put into it. My sentences up on a platter, clinging to stimulants hidden in the leaves. Singing a lot of dumb songs for deaf zephyrs, rock, paper, scissors, and amputee. Come on, get back to the carpet.
That's Anthony Ruptak and the Midnight Friends with the song Rock, Paper, Scissors. That's from their album, which is coming out next weekend, Between the Hangman and the Halo. And you can see that show and that release at Syntax Physic Opera on the 31st of January. Anthony, you said this album is a little more rock. I know with the last album, you played all of the instruments on that album. Is that correct?
Yeah, my buddy was playing drums. Anthony Carroll was on drums on the song C'est la vie. And then my aunt played violin.
Okay.
I have her back again on this one. She played in the very first record too. So
Okay.
aside from that, I did all the instruments.
Okay. So this is obviously a very different approach, and you wanted more of a rock and roll sound. Can you tell me how this band came together to make this project?
Yeah, absolutely. So Miss Julie Schmidt over there on the big tall violin.
Uh-huh. It's a big upright bass.
She's been with me since the beginning of this band, and she rocks and she rolls, and she's getting really awesome. Jake Miller is playing electric guitar. We actually met at the Physic Opera a while back. What are we going on, like 6 months? Something like that.
Mid-August, late August, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just relocated here from Detroit
Yeah.
and
Detroit,
New York previously.
New York before that. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Jake.
And then my little brother is back there on the drums, and he started playing like 1 year ago, 1 year and a month ago. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is your brother.
Yeah.
Do you guys harmonize together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because you get that creepy sibling harmony thing sometimes when you have the similarity of the vocal cords. Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing
We finish
that.
each other's thoughts. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that's a lot of fun. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Between the last album and this album, you appeared on a compilation.
Yeah, the Elliott Smith compilation. It's a really cool thing where we've been getting the director who made this Elliott Smith documentary to come out to Denver and do a private screening down at the Oriental Theater of his film.
Oh, okay.
And the last couple of years, there have been collaborations of Denver musicians covering Elliott's songs. And Elliott's one of my big inspirations. I love him to death.
Okay, so that's an inspiration on your own songwriting.
Songwriting, I don't know. I was writing songs for quite a while. I actually just discovered Elliott Smith this year. But
Okay.
so just it was a big honor to be able to be part of that collaboration.
Yeah, and on that album, you did a cover of the song Alphabet Town, and people can listen to that on your website. Go ahead and give us the web address.
It's anthonyruptak.bandcamp.com.
That's-
Still working on buying that domain name.
And that's RUP.
TAK.com.
Ruptak.
Yeah,
.com.
anthonyruptak.bandcamp.com.
Okay. We're going to hear a couple more songs from you. And before we do that, I want to just ask another quick question about Syntax Physic Opera. That's where you're having your CD release show next Saturday on the 31st, so people can come out and hear you play. They can pick up the album for the first time then. But you have quite a relationship with this new venue. It seems that you've been there for a while, and you also run an open mic night on Tuesdays.
Yes.
How did you get involved in that?
So Jonathan Bitts is the mastermind behind the Syntax, and met him at the Meadowlark about 4 years ago, and he was the first person I ever met in the Denver music community who just was helpful and encouraging and really smart and knew his stuff, and so
He is all of those things.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and so he built this beautiful place, and if you haven't been there, you should go. Even if it's not for the album release, you should go and get a mix to drink because it's a beautiful spot and it's a great stage to play on, and caters very much to songwriters and musicians and artists, and it's just a super cool spot to be.
Yeah, and so in addition to promoting your own music there, on Tuesday nights, musicians can come and try out their stuff in front of an audience.
Yep, it's a great songwriters open mic, and what we've been doing is we've been getting special guests, like highlighted veteran songwriters, to come in, and then I'll interview them, talk songwriting throughout their performance. So it's a step above your average open mic, and it's also just a beautiful stage. So it's a great place to come play your new songs.
Excellent. So you get a little bit of the story behind the song.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe after you play a couple, we'll ask you some stories about the songs. But right now, I'd like to give our listeners a chance to hear some more of what they can hear when they see you guys Saturday, the 31st, at Syntax Physic Opera. So again, you're listening to Open Air, new music from Colorado Public Radio. And here in the CPR Performance Studio, we have Anthony Ruptak and the Midnight Friends. Why don't you do two more for us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I went out talking in circles to no one I knew. Choked on my tongue and the cold, frightened sound of the room. My bread is broken, Jesus ain't happy with you. Claim to need no one and tell the same lie till it's true. Swallow your pride, kiddo, swallow your puke and keep still. A voice from the attic, a moment of panic, the incessant humming of static until you say that you've had it, bottled and texted. You know you won't win, and it probably won't quit until every reaction you get doesn't fit. Bastions and quickly recede into fog. I can't say I'm running, I'm really just dragging along. Derelict action, consuming attraction, the weird repercussions of living too long. You are a rabbit and I am an old dreaming dog. There is no substance to control, but yet I'm scared of getting older. The days are strange and short and warm, but Evenings clinch as weekend splintered. So we're back to looking for a home. Much like our lovely distant mother. She fell in and out of love. We sat with strangers as we lost her. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Little sister, your heart is gold. And your thirsty little roots are exposed. To be good, be brave, be bold. I hope you're nothing at all like I was. But now my dreams, they come and go. Think I've figured how to gauge them. I swallow whiskey until I get slow, and wait to hear the neighbors screaming as the blue jays greet the dawn with fearful praise. The bitter coma peels away. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Little brother, hold the torch. Your mind's much bigger than you are. But in your blackness find repose. It ain't the devil licking at your toes. There is the past with its white bones. Whoa, I keep forgetting to remember that it's retained with hooks and ropes.